Autopilot's stiff. Flight controls. What is this pink again?
That's your flight director. That's for your autopilot. So your next step is going to be verify that you can overpower the controls and verify that it cuts off.
Yep.
And it's going to say flight director off. So you'll hit that FD button. Yep, and your flight director off.
Elevator is set. Throttle to 1800. Get used to this one.
Yeah, this one's it's a little different.
On the right. Oop, not off.
Yeah, so it'd be 2 clicks and then 2 clicks back to both.
Then both.
That actually is a check though.
Left.
The left, then back to both.
To both, good.
So, yeah, I'll explain to you in a second. One here. If you go to off,
yeah,
the engine does not cut off, then that means you have a bad ground wire.
Okay. Good to know. Vacuum indicator. Turn on this guy. Okay, there we go. Annunciators.
Yeah, they're going to come up, your
right
annunciator's going to come up, yeah, right through here.
Auto control friction lock. We're good there. Comms and all that set, but we're going to go to and we are ready. Newport News Tower 90508, holding short at runway 20 with information Lima requesting departure to the north.
00 Echo Romeo, runway 25, clear to land, 1 departure off 25, correction 20 prior to arrival.
Well, runway 25,
We can start pulling up to you.
9050 Newport News Tower, runway 20, clear for takeoff on course to the north is approved, traffic left base to 1.5 miles, final runway 25.
Traffic to the left, 90508, thank you.
Clear 508, no delay in the roll, please.
She say?
And we'll no delay for 508. She said no delay.
Okay.
Because she wants us to get out in front of the traffic that's coming over here on final for the other runway.
Newport News Tower, Beach 24590.
She wants us to kind of take off.
24590, Newport News Tower.
His way, yeah.
24590 is a beach sport at the York River Bridge. I'd like to do a couple touch and goes. I've got Lima.
Yes, 24590, ident.
What we'll do is we'll just keep on rolling. Go ahead and throw that power in there. Yep. We're going to put a little bit of aileron into the crosswind this time.
Just be advised I'm not receiving your altitude recycle. Enter right base runway 25.
On 55.
We're for right base 225.
Okay, we can start turning to the north here. We'll head out towards the bridge. And we'll get out of that guy's way.
You weren't kidding.
Yeah, once you get up here, it kind of smooths out, but down in the traffic pattern, it gets a little bumpy. set that to north.
30 Romeo, turn right on Golf, contact ground point 9, good day.
Right on Golf and we'll contact ground 50.
We're gaining altitude fast today. We're almost at 2,000 feet. That's where we just took off from.
Yep. Doing all right, Caleb?
Yeah, we got traffic just about 3 miles. If we can spot them.
TIS not available.
There he is. Him over the water. Looks like
Yeah, if I see him.
yeah, looks like he's coming in for 2.5. See how it's not giving us an altitude
Yeah.
for him?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find someone else on
Clear
here.
590, I'm still not receiving your altitude. Runway 25, clear for the option on the go, make left close traffic.
Cleared for the option, we'll make
Turn the
left
heat down a
close
little bit.
traffic.
Thank you.
Clear 508, frequency change is approved, have a good flight.
And frequency change approved, 508. Alright, so now she just gave us frequency change approved, so we can switch off her radio if we want to, but since we're still right near the airport, we can listen to them. Let's just do PFD wind option 2. There we go. Okay. We got a 21 knot wind on the left here. Not quite as smooth as in the morning, huh?
Getting better though.
Yep, that'll make you a better pilot. Now it's up to 27 knots up here. Too bad for winds aloft. A good day to do ground reference maneuvers. Or introduce ground reference maneuvers. It'll take us forever to get to the traffic pattern because we got such a strong headwind. Going 77 over the ground right now. And then we're indicating 90 something, 94 on the airspeed. That make maneuvers interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go ahead and climb up to 4,000, see if it smooths out at all.
Oh yeah.
That's the York battlefield right below us that you're looking at. Yorktown.
Just that 300 feet.
Yeah.
That bounce out.
Yep. It's crazy, huh? How that works. Yeah, we'll go up to 4,000 and see We're going to have a little more wind. You can see the wind picking up, but at least it's smoother.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's a lot smoother at 4,000 feet than 3,000 feet, huh?
Much better.
Yeah, we know at 3,000 feet and below, you're going to get bumped around. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to head down towards those factories in the river. We're going to do some maneuvers, but we're going to try to keep heading this direction. That's a West Point, so we're going to go up to West Point today. I'll show you a little bit how the G1000 works on the way. Alright, so let's do some clearing turns, and then we're going to come right back to flying down the river here. And I'm going to make a call to practice area traffic. 90508 is practice area 2, 4,000 feet.
Alright.
Alright, so flying down the river, we're going to get back up to 4,000 feet. And we're going to do slow flight and maintain 4,000 feet. Slow flight is going to be tough today if it's bumpy, because you're already going to be slow. You're not going to have a lot of control effectiveness. Have to fight that turbulence. Alright, so there's 4,000. Alright, so for slow flight, let's go ahead and pull that power back to 1,500 RPMs. And what you got to do to maintain 4,000. Once we're in the white arc there, with the full flaps, really slow us down, because now we're creating all the drag. Once you start to get about 60, go ahead and start adding that power back in there. And add that power back to about 20. Right there might do it. There you go. We're flying at 48 knots with a 24, 25 knot ground speed. Yeah, look at that. I feel like we can almost fly backwards today. We're not moving. We have a 28 knot headwind right now. At any more wind, you might be able to fly backwards.
I don't think we want to do that, do we, Caleb?
What?
Want to fly backwards?
You want to fly backwards?
No.
Alright, go ahead and give me a turn to 030. We'll do a couple maneuvers and see how it goes.
TIS not available.
Caleb in the back.
Sure.
What we feel up here is double in the back seat because of the way the center of gravity is.
Right, right.
So if we feel like 1G, he's probably going to feel like a G&a-half or almost 2 Gs back there.
Okay.
I didn't know that the first time I took my wife up, and it was, yeah.
She was in the back seat.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go back to about 320. Yeah, you can pull that out a little bit. I turned it off. There's a little bit coming out. Alright. From here, let's go ahead and go. We'll maintain flying down the river. We're going to go into a power off stall.
Okay.
We already have our flaps to 20. All we got to do is kind of reduce and go into a descent. now we got our descent established. We're at approach speed, 63 knots. So now we can go into our power off stall.
Break. There we go.
There it goes. Alright, we can do flaps up. Let's climb back up to 4,000. There it is.
Good job, Caleb.
Alrighty, so next we're going to do, let's practice steep turns.
Okay.
While it's nice and smooth up here, we'll do steep turns at 4,000. And we'll pick our reference point out there. Let's use the factory as our reference point.
Okay.
And we can mark it with the heading bug.
At 33.
Yep, so for this you're going to want your power. Roughly about 22 RPM is going to be where you want your power setting.
Steep turns, 2200 RPM.
Yeah, it's going to be about your prime. More in there. There you go. One to the right. Right about here, go ahead and start giving that back pressure. There you go, a little more bank. There you go, so that tick mark right there is your 45, that's what we're aiming for.
TIS not available.
Get a little more bank in there. A little more, a little more, a little more. There we go, right about there. There we go, and we're looking for that factory to roll out on the factory.
A little early.
A little early. You want to do it about 10 degrees before, so if the factory is 330, you want to start about 10 degrees before the factory.
Okay.
Go ahead and go to the left. There we go, there's that 45 degrees of bank. Here we go, looking for the factory, right about here, go ahead and start your rollout. There we go, or back where we started.
Traffic.
I think we just picked ourselves up
I see.
from doing the loop.
Our own wake.
Yeah, because it's saying it's right on top of us. Now it's gone. So I think it picked up our own signal. That's kind of cool. Alright, I don't know, let's see. Down the river a little ways. Just a little closer to the West Point, because we still haven't really moved from the bridge, really. We got such a strong headwind, 28 knots. While we're flying down the river trying to make our way to West Point, we're going to do a simulated engine out. So what this is going to consist of is I'm going to reach up, I'm going to pull your power all the way to idle, we're going to simulate that we lost an engine. So the way you to kind of run through this is think of it like your ABCs. We're going to do A, B, C, D, and E. So I'm cutting out. Okay, A is going to be airspeed. We're going to pitch the airplane to 68 knots. We're going to trim the airplane to 68 knots. It's going to be our best glide speed. That's going to give us the best distance over the ground at that speed. B is we're going to be looking for our best place of landing. Whether that's over here in one of these fields, if it's a runway or back at the airport. I don't think we can glide that far to the airport, but should be Camp Perry down here somewhere that has a nice runway.
It's right down here in front of us.
Okay. C is going to be, we're going to run through our checklist and figure out how, okay, we need to restart this engine if we can. So So the flow for that is we're gonna start down here with fuel selector valves on both, fuel in, mixtures rich, throttle set, running over to fuel pump, master, and then start.
Trying to restart the mags, okay.
After that, we're gonna go to D, which is declare. We would declare an emergency on 121.5. We would squawk if we had our transponder. We'd go to code, we'd type in 7700. We're going to leave it at VFR though. We'd, 121.5, we'd say Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. We lost an engine, we're over to York River, near Camp Perry. Then lastly but not least, this is your ELT switch, emergency location transmitter. E would be turn that on. It'd be A, B, C, D, and E. That's one way to think of it. We're going to get a little further down the river here. We're allowed to go down the 500 feet on this exercise.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll just be gliding at that point, right?
Yeah, we'll just be a glider at that point. A couple things you want to keep in mind though is when you're gliding at idle, keep an eye on your temperature. You might want to give it a couple clearing bursts every once in a while. Make sure that engine is staying warm, because up here at altitude, it's pretty cold, so that the cylinders will cool off really quickly. Right now it's 21 degrees Fahrenheit up here. Not too cold, but alright, and for our sake, if we really lost an engine, I'd land at Camp Perry. We're not going to use Camp Perry. I don't want to go 500 feet over Camp Perry. Security guards watching me.
Right.
If it wasn't training, that's where I'd go. We're going to pick a field out here, use something out here. Practice. And okay. Power coming to idle.
I'm going to pitch to 68 now.
Yep, and you can use that trim. Okay, so that power is at idle. So keep pitching up. Here's 80. There we go, 70. Looking for 68. There you go, now you can probably start pitching down.
All right.
68.
My fuel selectors at both. I'm going to throttles at quarter, but I'm not going to mess there.
Yep. Yeah, you can just simulate. You don't have to do fuel pump on. It'll simulate it. Yep.
Master still at on.
Oh, there we go. We're descending into the bumpiness again.
Now I would cycle my magnetos. So start.
Yep, and we're going to pick something out here that you're going to land on.
Yeah. Like that nice long stretch right there.
Okay. And you got an airplane 2 miles down the river, 500 feet below us. I don't see him. Him on there, 200 feet below us now.
About picking them up. Behind us.
So let me see my airplane. Should be right on the coastline, same altitude as us. What I'm showing on this. It should be eye level with us, right on the coastline. Be right over here. Getting closer, he's about a mile out now. Got him.
There he is, okay, I see him.
Yep. I'll make sure he's clear and out of the way. before we continue, and I'm going to climb you back up a little bit. And there we go. He's out of the way. Now we can go back to idle. And
Okay.
you have flight controls again.
Alright, mark my controls. For 68.
Yep, looking for 68.
I'd already picked my spot. I think we've passed it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and turn towards it. And I'm going to change my frequency to 1215. Want me to do that or just simulate it?
Yeah, we'll just simulate it.
So that's been. Turn on my ELT. And I see my
Your field.
yeah.
Okay.
And I need to charge my magnetos. Hope that starts. A good view of Camp Perry's runway.
Yep. Here comes that turbulence again.
I need to just circle it.
Yeah, whatever you picked. Just circle it and try to. We're going to try to set up like we're going to land on it.
Roger.
Not actually going to land on it.
But this part, at this point, while I'm circling my field, and I'm actually circling it, do I need to be concerned about glide speed, or do I
Yes.
just want to get down?
Yeah, well, you still want to use glide speed because at this point, the more time you spend in the air, the more time you can troubleshoot.
Sure.
And spins. Okay, why is my engine quitting? Is something going wrong? Am I doing something wrong? You can. The more time you spend in the air, the more time you can. You have the troubleshoot and plan and execute what you're going to do. Yeah, so I wouldn't rush it.
Okay.
I wouldn't rush to the ground. 68 is going to. You're the most time in the air. You can also look at the field. You know, how am I going to approach this? The field, are there cows in it? Is
Do
there
I
a
still
ditch
like this
running
one?
across? Is there a power line running across it? You know, what's going on down there, and how am I going to land? How am I going to approach this?
Right.
For us, is that our field right there?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so how are we going to approach this? Are we going to come out and come over the water? Are we going to go this way?
I was coming straight this way towards the water.
Okay, so we're going to go towards the water?
Yep.
Yeah.
But that might not be a great idea because those are trees on that side, but more room this side, but I don't want to.
No, we got plenty of room.
I like this.
We got plenty of room. I don't see any power lines or anything anything crazy that's going to pop out at us. Because sometimes you can't see those power lines or the fence or something until you're down low. There's houses nearby that can come out and help us out. While you're circling at 68 knots, you got all these things like, okay, is anyone going to be around to help me if I need help?
Right.
We're coming down to 1,000 feet. Now here I'd start thinking about, okay, maybe I need to start putting flaps in, start getting on my final approach course. So I'd go ahead and turn in on final here. There we go, now we're looking pretty good. Here I'd come in, kind of,
From this direction.
yep, aim for the barn. Could put flaps in.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, we're just going to
Okay.
simulate, but yeah, we could
Yeah.
at this point put flaps in. We look like we're going to, I think we can land and stop
We're at
before the tree line.
500.
Yep, so we can go ahead and go around.
What do you think, Caleb?
What?
What do you think? You okay?
Oh no.
Are good back there?
want to go any higher?
Oh, we got to go high.
Shoot some air back there. There you go. Some fresh air going back there. We can start heading down the river there.
Okay.
When we get to West Point, we can do a couple touch and goes and then stop and get out and stretch. We can level off at 2,000.
Alright.
West Point's not too far away. Doesn't seem to be too bumpy down here. Up this way. Alright, so while we're cruising at 2,000, you want me to take flight controls while you practice this? Just let me know. Okay, my flight controls. Alright, I want you to hit that direct button with the D. Alright, and using the big knob and the little knob, we're going to type in KFYJ is where we're going. There you go, now you're going to enter. Alright, that's going to give us a direct course to the West Point. Alright, now, I don't know if you can use that knob to do it. No, you can't. So this knob right here, the big one, if you turn it over, it's going to bring up a page that says navigation, traffic, weather, all that good stuff. We're going to use the navigation page and click, or go to waypoint, I'm sorry. Waypoint page here. So you say you go map, waypoint, AUX, flight plan, and nearest. You want to go to the waypoint page. That's going to bring up West Point here. You can see they have runway 10 and 28.
Okay.
And all their frequencies are going to be listed right here.
Oh, nice, okay.
Yep, so let's go ahead and get their frequency in COM 1 there. Yep, you push that button in. Yep, there you go. And it's going to be 123.0. There you go. So we got Unicom, that's their frequency. And we want their weather information. So it's going to be on the next page. (132.825). So in COM 2 there, you can put 132.825. There you go. Let's see what their weather's doing. Oh, we got 132.250.
What do we need?
We want 825.
825, okay, I heard.
Yep.
For the...
Switch it, there you go, we can switch it back. There you go.
Clear below 12,000, temperature 4 Celsius. Dew point -19er. Altimeter 3031.
031.
West Point, Middle Peninsula Regional Airport. Automated weather observation. 19er. 20 Zulu. Weather. Wind 310 at 7. Visibility 10. Clear below 12,000. Temperature 4 Celsius. Dew point -19er. Altimeter 3031.
Alrighty. So we got
West point.
3031 and then 310 at 7. So now we got to start thinking, wind is 310 at 7, what runway do we want to use? 210.
Alright, the wind is coming from the northwest.
Yeah, it's coming from 310. So right there where that heading bug is where the wind is coming from.
We want it at our back.
I know we want it always land towards the wind if you can't headwind, yeah.
Okay.
As close as you possibly can to a headwind.
We want runway 28.
Yep. So we want runway 28. Now this is north up. So the runways run this way. So we're actually we're kind of down here right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep flying over the river. We're going to come in, what's called the downwind for 28, and then go base and final.
Okay. It's us.
Nope, actually if I zoom out, I might be able to find us. That's us right there.
Alright.
So that's us right there. So what we're doing is we're kind of flying down the river, and then we're going to come in, and we're going to cut a pretty hard turn here, and go downwind for 28. And the runway is, where those white buildings are out there.
Right, yep.
The runway's going with those buildings.
I see. Alright.
Can't quite see the runway yet, but we will. So I'm going to give you flight controls back.
Flight controls.
And this is kind of a map of what we're doing. We're going down and over. Make like an L.
Alright, yeah, I'm with it. Yep. Caleb, be honest with me. How do you feel? Huh?
I don't know.
Did your stomach hurt? Okay. We're going to land and give you a break, okay?
Yeah, we can land. They got restrooms and they got a little facility here.
4 more minutes.
Just a couple more minutes and we'll be at West Point. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start descending. West Point traffic 90508 is 3 miles out to the south. We'll be entering a downwind for 28 West Point traffic. Alright, so this is an uncontrolled field.
Right.
There's no control tower like we have there. You're not legally required to talk on the radio. You don't even need a radio on your airplane to fly here. But a lot of times they have a common traffic advisory, which for West Point's 123.0. And you just announce your intentions in case there's anyone else out there. They know kind of what's going on where you are and where to look for you.
Sure.
You can stay at 1,000 feet here.
Emporia traffic, November 35502, overflying the field at 2,500 feet. Emporia traffic.
So that's Emporia. So
Okay.
some airports share frequency. That's actually Chris and his student.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, out there in Emporia. So go ahead and go back to cruise power for me. We'll stay at 1,000. Yeah. Pretty sure that sounded like Chris's student. You can kind of see if you look at the factory, you can see where the wind's coming from.
Yep.
So landing that way was a good choice.
Traffic in the vicinity of Hummel. This is Cam Force 2569, military flight of 2C-130, exiting the area, the zone to the west, proceeding westbound on the Victoria route. Any conflicting, please advise. Burma.
A little bit closer. I'll go down.
Cam Force 2569.
All right, Caleb, you can see the runway there, right? Where we're going to land?
West Point traffic, 508 is turning left downwind for 28 West Point traffic. There you go. Let's go ahead and keep that nose just a little bit lower so we descend. There you go, and you can reduce that power. Now this is going to be a little tricky. This is what we call, if you look out front here, you see how we're getting pushed this way?
Right,
So we got that 17 knot wind. Yeah, this is where we're crabbing into the wind here. And let's see where that windsock is. It is coming down the runway. Let's go ahead and reduce power a little bit more. We're going to lower that nose just a little bit more. There you go, you can reduce power. Keep on reducing it. And West Point traffic 21580. I'm sorry, 90508 is short final for 28 West Point traffic. So we'll do full flaps or a little high. The wind is starting to shift just a little bit.
St. Mary's Cap 1883, approximately 4 miles southwest landing, runway 29 St. Mary's.
Alright, go ahead and give it a little bit of power. There you go, that's good. Now you can start backing off it. Now we're going to set her down, start giving it a little bit of back pressure. A little bit more. And there she is. And we'll turn here.
Hit it, Caleb.
What?
Hit it. Hear me?
Oh.
Now West Point traffic, 90508 clear of 28 West Point traffic. This is West Point. Probably take you an hour to drive here.
Yeah.
Or more. And we can park anywhere. We can pull right up to one of these T's.
On the line or?
Yeah, you'll park the nose right on the line, and the wings
Okay.
match up with the T. There we go. You are right there, you just had it. Right there. Down securing.
Throttle. Been off. Onyx off. We need to go to a run-up stop area, or
Yeah, we're gonna take this taxiway right here and go all the way down. And once again, that one's doing it.
or left, clear right.
the ATIS, since we're so close to the FBO, it's bleeding over through the radio.
Niner, altimeter 3030. West Point, Middle Peninsula Regional Airport. Automated weather observation. 190 Zulu, weather, wind 310 at Niner. Visibility 10, clear below 12,000.
All the way down?
Yeah, we can keep going straight. The buzzard there.
Short line. Parking brake set. Pilot and passenger seat backs upright position. Seatbelts on, Caleb. Doors closed and locked. Controls clear. Instrument no exit. Still at 3031. Quantity. Gives in the green yet. Both. What's on? All set. Alright. Oh, we would just say West Point traffic.
Yeah, it'd be West Point traffic, 90508 is taking off 28. At the very end, you'd say West Point traffic again, just in case if anyone came in after that, they would hear where you at least were.
West Point traffic 90508, we're taking off from 28 West Point traffic.
Perfect. And then, hey, just kind of give it a second, see if anyone responds. I don't see anybody either in the traffic pattern or on final. No one's responding, so now I guess we can go ahead and pull on out. Let's do landing and strobe. It's there. Might make us a little bit more visible in the day.
Clear. Alright, speed's alive.
There we go, we got a 12 knot wind again. 11, we can lower that nose just a little bit. There you go. Feel the wind pushing us over this way?
Yeah.
The runway's over there, yeah. Alright, let's turn out to the south here. And we're going to go to a place called HCM, the Harcum VOR.
Okay.
And we're going to introduce turns around a point.
Alright.
Today, with it being so windy, would be a good day to do it. You can level off at 1500.
Okay.
We're going to go, once we get there, we're not too far away, we're about 4 miles away. Chris, do turns around a point with you at all?
We did on the first, maybe the second day, yeah.
Okay.
We used that house with a pool in the backyard.
Yep, that's right. Today would be a good day to do it with this
traffic.
With this wind.
5160 uniform is 10 miles to the northeast inbound for landing. Runway 29 itinerary.
West Point traffic 90508 departing to the south, and we'll be maneuvering out over the Harcum VOR.
Triangle traffic, skydiving 10 minutes, 1/4 the altitude, caution triangle north. 10 minutes.
Get head over that way. I think I see it. We're on the other side of the river there. It's right here. We're going to go.
Okay.
Newport News practice air traffic 90508 is maneuvering over the Harcum VOR at 1,000 feet. Practice air traffic. I think I see it.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, okay, just off the nose, you're going to see a little white thing sticking out of those trees.
Yep, I see it.
Yep, that's the Harcum VOR.
Okay. And that's going to be our point?
That's going to be our point.
Using my left or my right wing, do you?
Use your left wing, so always put the point on your side so you can see it. Else you'll have to be looking through me. Should be no fun. As you can go ahead and descend down to 1,000. There you go, you see it now? Look.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep, okay. That's going to be the point.
You want me to maintain 1,000?
Yeah, we're going to maintain 1,000. We're going to do a nice circle around that point.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else out here.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes peeled because normally Harcum is a pretty popular place to do maneuvers. Because it's kind of an easy point to see. What's going on with the water over there? It's like making a circle too.
TIS not available.
Liberty app 701 uniform. 701 uniform, we're 10 minutes out.
That's what a VOR looks like.
Yep. That's the navigation facility there.
How many are in this area?
Let's see, we got Herkimer, we got Cape Charles, we got Hopewell, we got Norfolk, you got Franklin, you got a good amount. You can pick them up about 40 miles away. I thought this was going to be tougher. I thought it was going to be a little more turbulent down here. It's calming down though. Here we got the headwind.
Myself a little bit more distance.
And a good job holding altitude.
TIS not available.
There we go. Definitely feel when that wind's to your back.
Yeah. You can feel it pushing us now. Because we were doing just 60 on the ground, now we're doing about 85. 86.
November 5122 uniform overhead St. Mary's, setting up for downwind runway 29. Triangle traffic, skydiving 5 minutes, 14,000, use caution, triangle north.
That's why there's a big circle in the river, it's iced over. Alright, so that's one of the reasons why people like Harcum, I think. Keep on doing your turn, I'll show you something here. So when you're picking a point for turns around a point, we're down at 1,000 feet, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you have a place to go that's close by if something happens. So that field is right there. So if something like that happened, where you lost an engine, now, at this point, you could try to go ahead and restart. At this point, I'd just probably skip right to declare, because we don't have a lot of altitude here, you know, to play with around with. But
22 uniform, left face, runway 2.
You do have that field right there. If we lost an engine while we were doing a maneuver like this, that's where I would be going.
I noticed that as soon as we got here.
Yep.
Looks like it's got a decline in it, a hill in it.
Yeah.
We care about that? I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. No.
Okay, that doesn't bother us. That is clear, mostly, I think, right?
Yep. Yeah, so that's what I would do. I'd come right into this field, just like that. Alright, so we can go ahead and go around. If you had a problem. Yeah, that's a VOR. We can go ahead and full power in your climb. There we go. We already did the emergency descent, correct?
Yes, we did.
Skydiving 2 minutes, 14,000.
Remember, we moved into phase 3 before actually.
St. Mary's traffic 22 uniform.
Phase 3.
Left downwind runway 29.
Yeah, we did a stall. Forward slip.
Oh, I remember forward slip.
Yep, forward slip. Traffic patterns, emergency descent. We've done most of these. Alright, why don't you go ahead and get me back into West Point's traffic pattern.
Alright, so we want to descend. Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you.
Two uniform, left base for runway 29, stop.
Practice some crosswind landings here. West Point traffic, 90508, it's about 3 miles out to the south. We'll be entering a downwind for 28, West Point traffic.